Hi, I was working on my game yesterday and I've had some issues importing models that I've downloaded from itch.io. So a lot of people will probably just download free models when it's for a game jam or even for a game because you don't want to make everything from scratch. And for me, this was the case. So I went to itch and I downloaded some FBX models and they come in all their separate scenes and they have their textures. Issue now is if you just drag the FBX model in, it's just a green cube. That's because the material is not set to the texture that's given, and yeah, we're gonna fix that. How you normally do that is you open it up, you go to the materials tab here, you use external, and you can set the material re-import step by step. But in my case, I have like 40, 50 of these models that I want to use. They're all corners, stuff like that. So that wasn't an option. Luckily, since Godot 4.0, you can now multi-select these. So if you just hold down Shift, select all your FBX models, go to the Import tab here, and then under the Extract, you can set it to extract once. It's normally on keep internal, but if you set it to extract once, it will extract it once, like it said, to to its specified material. So here you can say extract it to here. If you then re-import it, this will take a while. And you'll see that it created a texture right here, which is at this moment still green, but here you can change the color and even just set the texture. And this will work for all your models that you've done this for. So you see these all have that same texture. And later on, you can change that texture and it will also update for all the models. So that's very handy. Of course, if you have like one new model you want to add, don't re-import all of them because the extract ones will fire again and will create a new texture, overriding all of your FBX files that use it. Um, how you would then do it is just enable the use external with the path and just set it to your already existing. And if it's with big groups, then you need to create either a new material and just copy paste it over, or just remove the material and import all of them again and then set the material from scratch. Another thing that I then had an issue with is, in my case, I want to make a mesh library, but these meshes don't have collision shapes. So if I draw them on my 3D plane, I will be able to just walk through them. I don't have any physics attached to them, which is annoying. And in these cases, you need to make them local, then go to the mesh, and here you can say create collision shape, static body child, create. But again, that's like 4 or 5 clicks for each model. If you have a lot of models or you download the big pack, that's just annoying as hell. So what you can do to bypass this, also very simple. So I'm gonna remove the texture again because this is gonna override it. Delete, delete. I select my models, so all of them. And in the import tab, you can set the import script. In my case, I created a script. I'll show it in a second. You open it, you select it, you re-import them. It's gonna take a while again. They're gonna turn green again because I have the extract once, but I can just change the texture file again, no problems. But if I now drag this in, you see it's also green, but I make it local, it will have a collision shape instantly created for me. The script itself is fairly simple to create. Uh, I just created it here. You just create a folder, right click the folder, create new script. Make sure that you inherit the editor scene post import. You can also find it here by just looking for it, but I just typed it. And then you create a new script. This will create this type of script. The function post import is a Godot function, just like ready or physics process. So if you add it to your script, Godot will know what to do with it, and it will fire the moment you press the re-import button. So it will import the FBX file, and then after it's been correctly imported, it will execute this part of the code. So that's why we can set a collision shape here. And what we then do is add a collision. If node child is mesh instance 3D, that's because if you add it to the scene, and I'm gonna show you here, this collision is normally not added. That's what we're doing here. But how it's imported is node 3D, and then under that is a mesh instance 3D. And of course, we can only add the collision to that part, or it will be weirdly shaped. I don't know. I don't even think it works. So we check if it's a mesh instance 3D, and then we just call the create trimmers collision, which is a function on the mesh instance 3D class. And that's it. You just set it in the import tab for all these models. You just import them using that script, and they will all have a collision shape attached to them from the beginning. And that's how you can easily import a bulk amount of FBX files and easily set the material and collision shapes to all of them. Hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.